Have you ever felt like you're working hard every day, grinding, staying busy, dreaming big, but still not getting anywhere? Like something important is missing, even though you're doing everything you were told to do? If yes, then stay with me, because what you're about to hear might just unlock a door that's been hidden from you your whole life. You've always been told to work hard, to focus, to dream big, but there's one truth, one missing piece that no one ever really talks about. And without it, all your hard work feels incomplete. Why is this truth kept in the shadows? Because some secrets are hidden from you on purpose. But in this audiobook, for the very first time, you'll be taken to places where real power lies. Power that's been buried beneath the noise. Power that no one ever showed you before. Especially in chapters 16 and 17, you'll discover what the world has quietly kept from you. This isn't just a book, it's a wake-up call. It's a journey to awaken your inner strength, to shake you out of sleep mode and set you on a path that means something. Hey friends, welcome to the floor of this book. Let's begin the journey, one chapter at a time. But make sure you stay with me till the end, because that's where the real understanding begins. Now think about this. Have you ever reached the end of a busy day and still felt like you didn't achieve anything important? From morning to night, we're constantly doing something, replying to emails, checking WhatsApp messages, answering random calls, looking at mobile notifications. And yet when the day ends, there's this strange emptiness inside. Like we were busy but not productive. This is where most people go wrong. We fail to understand the difference between what's urgent and what's important. Everything that feels urgent isn't necessarily important. Here's a quick example. Let's say you're about to study for a big exam or start an important project. But then suddenly, a friend calls and says, "Bro, I need to talk right now." You get pulled into that conversation. After it ends, you realize your entire focus is broken. That's the real trap. And the truth is, we set this trap for ourselves. Take a second and think about it. If we keep reacting to everything that seems urgent, when will we ever get time for our real dreams, our goals? That's why Darius Foroux says, success doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing the right things. Since childhood, we were told, stay busy and you'll be successful. But no one explained that being busy and being productive are two completely different things. When you keep getting caught up in every little distraction, you move further and further away from your real dreams, without even realizing it. It's like running a marathon but stopping every few minutes to take selfies. How will you ever reach the finish line like that? So here's your first rule. You don't need to do everything. You only need to focus on the things that truly matter. Now let's get closer to your goal. The big question is, how do you know what truly matters? How do you tell which task is important? Here's a simple way. Ask your heart. Ask yourself, will this task take me closer to my goal? If the answer is yes, then give it your full energy. But if the answer is no, even if it looks important from the outside, let it go. Let's take an example. Suppose you dream of starting your own business. Then, instead of spending your day watching random videos online, it's better to use that time to plan your business strategy, explore new ideas, or improve your skills. That's the real work. Everything else is just a distraction. Let me share a short story. An old farmer once told his son, if you throw stones at every barking dog, you'll never reach your destination. What he meant was this: don't waste your time on every distraction. Keep your eyes on the road. Focus on your path. That should be our mindset too. Instead of giving our attention to every ping, every noise, every meaningless notification, we should stay steady and keep moving toward our dreams. Now just imagine this. If you do even one meaningful task every single day, just one, that moves you forward, where could your life be after 365 days? It might feel slow at first, but a few months later when you look back, you'll be proud. And that pride will be real. Because you weren't just busy. You were focused, and focus is the real game changer. Let's talk about something important now. Getting out of the crowd. Think about this. What's the first thing you see when you wake up and grab your phone? You open Instagram and see someone on a vacation. You open WhatsApp and see someone's new car. You scroll LinkedIn and see someone just got a new job, and slowly, a quiet restlessness begins inside you. You think, everyone is moving ahead. Why am I being left behind? This comparison, that's the real trap, the biggest mistake. Darius Foroux says it best. If you keep running in someone else's race, you'll never win your own. Imagine a mango farmer who keeps staring at an apple orchard every day. Will he ever grow great mangoes? Never. He needs to focus on his soil, his seeds, his farm, not on what others are growing. Same goes for you. Don't lose yourself in the noise. Don't drown in the crowd. Focus on your work, your journey. That's where real success begins. Success doesn't come from copying someone else's path. It comes when you recognize your way, even if it's different from the crowd. Here's another example. If your dream is to be a writer, but you force yourself into an IT job just because everyone is doing it, you'll never feel truly satisfied. You might earn, you might survive, but deep inside, you'll feel empty. It's not easy to break away from the crowd. It can feel lonely. You'll doubt yourself. You'll question your decisions. But true satisfaction, the kind that gives you peace at night, isn't found in the crowd. It's found on the path that's truly yours. Think about this. What if, from today, you focused only on your dreams? What if you stopped wasting time with the wrong people, stopped chasing distractions, and just gave full attention to what truly matters? Can you imagine how much your life could grow in the next year? The truth is, your time is your most powerful asset, and in the next chapter, we'll learn how to treat time like the biggest investment of your life. Let's understand the real strength hidden in your daily hours. Chapter 3. Understand time. Change your life. Imagine someone gave you 86,400 rupees every day. But there's a catch. Whatever you don't spend by midnight will disappear. Would you waste it? Of course not. But here's the truth. Each day, you're already given 86,400 seconds. And most of us let them slip away without thinking. Darius Foroux says it clearly. The person who understands time wins life. Time is more valuable than money. You can earn money back, but once time is gone, it never returns. That's why managing your time is not just important, it's everything. So, how do we do it? Start simple. Every morning, ask yourself, what is the single most important task I must complete today? And once you know it, give your full focus to it. Nothing else matters more. Let's say your goal is to build a side business. Then set a dedicated time slot for it. Treat that time like gold. Scrolling your phone, replying to random messages, those can wait. But your dream-building time? That never comes back. One of the best methods to manage time is time blocking. This means scheduling your day in advance. You decide what you'll do and when. It removes confusion, reduces stress, and keeps your focus sharp. Now imagine this. If you invest even 10% of your day into focused growth, your life could look completely different 1 year from now. That's the power of time used with intention. Choosing the right work is real victory. Have you ever felt this strange feeling? You were busy the entire day, and yet, it feels like you got nothing meaningful done. That happens when we try to do everything, but forget to do the right thing. Darius Foroux explains it perfectly. The secret to success is not working more, it's working on the right things. Imagine an archer. If he keeps shooting arrows in random directions, he'll never hit the target. But if he takes aim, holds his focus, and shoots, he'll strike right where he wants to. It's the same with life. If you choose to only work on the projects that align with your long-term. Now think about how we often waste time. Random meetings, unnecessary parties, gossip, endless distractions. All of these drain our energy and take us further from our purpose. Choosing the right task each day takes courage. You'll have to say no to things. You'll feel the fear of missing out. But every time you say yes to the wrong thing, you're saying no to your dreams. Now imagine, if from today, every single day, you pick just one meaningful task that truly matters to your future. Where could your life be in 1 year? That's the power of focus. That's the power of making the right choice, again and again. Whenever we hear the story of someone successful, it always sounds like they did something big or extraordinary. But if you look deeper, you'll find that behind every big success, there are thousands of small, often boring steps that no one sees. Darius Foroux puts it perfectly. Consistency, not intensity, is what brings real change. Think about this. If you spend just 20 minutes a day working on an important skill, that adds up to over 120 hours in a year. 20 minutes may not feel like much, but over time, the cumulative effect is a game changer. Here's a simple example. If you read just 1 page a day, it feels like nothing. But in a year, that's 365 pages. That's 2 to 3 full books. Small steps may seem boring. They don't give instant results. But that's where the real magic happens. Slowly, quietly, consistently. Now imagine, if you start taking these small steps today, in just 1 year, your identity, your mindset, your reality, everything could transform. Know who is your real enemy? Here's a bold question. Who is your biggest enemy? Is it bad luck? Family pressure? A lack of opportunities? No. According to Darius Foroux, your biggest enemy is your own mind. Distractions, excuses, overthinking, comfort-seeking. These are the real enemies that quietly steal your potential. Think about this. Every time you say, "Man, I don't feel like doing anything today," or "Let me just watch YouTube for a few minutes," or "I'll start tomorrow," those are not real reasons. They are excuses created by your mind to keep you in your comfort zone. Why does the mind do this? Because its job is to protect you from discomfort and risk, but growth only happens outside the comfort zone. Here's a relatable example. If you decide to go to the gym today, your mind will say, "Start tomorrow." But the moment you ignore that voice and go anyway, that's when you start gaining real control over your mind. And remember, you don't master your mind in 1 day. It's a daily battle, a daily commitment. The first step is awareness. Every time your mind tries to distract you, think about this one question. If there was one thing that could help you achieve every dream, whether it's money, health, or relationships, what would it be? The answer is simple. Self-discipline. Darius Foroux says it beautifully. Motivation may come and go, but discipline always walks with you. Depending on motivation is like waiting for rain in a drought. It might never show up. But discipline? That brings its own storm of success. Let's be clear, discipline doesn't mean living a boring life. It simply means choosing your big goals over small temptations. Take studying, for example. Even if you're tired, even if you feel lazy, if you wake up and read your book for 30 minutes every morning, you're training your future to be stronger. These small, disciplined actions done daily are what build your dream life. There's no one magical moment where everything changes. It's all about the small, daily decisions that quietly shape your destiny. Now imagine, if from today, you take just one small act of discipline every single day. Where could you be 1 year from now? How much more confident, focused, and powerful could you become? Every time we think about changing our lives, our mind jumps to big goals. I'll study 4 hours every day. I'll finish 2 books a month. But what usually happens? We try hard for 3 days and then give up. That's because real life doesn't change through big promises. It changes through small habits. Darius Foroux calls these micro-habits, the tiny routines that lead to success. Let's look at a few examples. Writing 5 minutes of gratitude every morning. reading just 10 minutes every night, doing a 15-minute workout every evening. These may seem small or even boring, but these are the very steps that slowly transform you into the person you want to become. The real magic of small habits is in their compounding effect. Just like saving a small amount of money daily turns into big savings over time, small habits done consistently build a powerful personality. Now imagine, if from today you choose just 3 micro habits and stick to them. A year from now, you could become a completely new version of yourself. Have you ever had a day when you woke up full of excitement, but by noon, all your energy, motivation, and focus were gone? That's what happens when your energy is drained. Darius Foroux explains, focus is only possible when your energy is high. And energy isn't just physical, it's also mental and emotional. Even if you get the best opportunity in the world, if your mind is tired and your heart feels heavy, you won't be able to act. So how do you protect and maintain your energy? Start with simple, small steps. Sleep at least 7 hours every night. Reduce processed foods. These basic habits build the foundation for stronger energy. Because when your body feels good, your mind works better. To protect your energy, you don't need big changes, just small, consistent steps. Limit your mobile screen time. Take a 15-minute walk every day. Practice deep breathing regularly. Here's a simple example. If you sleep well at night, your focus and creativity the next morning will be at a completely different level. And if you take even just a 5-minute break every 2 hours, your mental freshness stays high throughout the day. Managing energy leaks means keeping your internal fuel full for your goals, your focus, and your life's speed. Now just imagine, if your energy stays steady every day, how much more can you do? How much faster could your progress be? Chapter 10. Mindset is everything. Many of us think, if I had more money, if I had more support, if my situation were better. But here's the truth. The problem isn't outside you. It's inside your mindset. Darius Foroux says it clearly. Your mindset decides your future. Let's take an example. 2 people are in the same situation. One sees an opportunity, the other sees a problem. Why? Because the one with a positive mindset looks for solutions. The one with a negative mindset creates excuses. Mindset is everything. It's the lens through which you see the world. It's about seeing every challenge with the question, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? The good news is, a growth mindset isn't a gift, it's a skill. And it's built with practice. Now imagine, if from today, you looked at every challenge through a growth lens, how much more confidence, clarity, and courage would you build? That's the kind of mindset that leads to true success. Have you ever been so focused on something that you lost track of time? Hours passed and you didn't even notice? That's what we call deep work. Darius Foroux says, anyone can do shallow focus, but real achievers master deep focus. Deep work means diving fully into a task. No distractions, no noise, just pure flow. So how do we do it? Here are a few simple steps. Keep the first hour of your morning mobile-free. Choose a quiet place. Before starting, do a deep breathing exercise. Use the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes focused work plus 5-minute break. Let's say you dedicate just 2 hours of deep work each morning. In 6 months, you could master a brand new skill or build an entire project. Deep work doesn't just save time, it transforms your entire life. Now imagine, if from today, you just commit to one deep work session every day, where could your life be 1 year from now? Saying no saves your freedom. Sometimes the most important word you can say is no. But strangely, it's also the hardest word for most people. Chapter 12 continued, saying no saves your freedom. Darius Foroux says, when you say yes to everything, you're saying no to your... Here's a simple example. Every time a friend suddenly calls you into a plan, or you get distracted by something random and leave your own work behind, you're pushing your dreams further away. Saying no isn't about being rude, It's not ego. It's self-respect. Learn to politely say no. Protect your priorities. When you start setting healthy boundaries, even others begin to take you more seriously. Now, imagine if starting today, you only said yes to what truly matters and no to the rest. In just 1 year, your life could become far more focused, free, and powerful. Have you ever wondered why, when we try to be everywhere and do everything, we often end up holding on to nothing? Darius Foroux puts it clearly. Success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from knowing what to say no to. We live in a world full of distractions. Every day there's a new course, a new skill to learn, a new trend to follow. And we fall into the trap of thinking, I should learn that too, and maybe that as well. But the person who tries to do everything ends up mastering nothing. Here's a simple example. Imagine a child trying to learn cricket, guitar, coding, and painting all at once. Will they become a champion at any one of them? Probably not. The champion is the one who chooses one path and goes deep into it. So think about this. If from today you decide to focus only on 1 or 2 key goals and put your full energy into them. As big as your life may seem, every part of it is the result of thousands of tiny decisions. Whether you get out of bed or hit snooze, whether you go to the gym or stay in bed, whether you send that email or keep procrastinating, all these small choices quietly shape your future. Darius Foroux says, life is a series of small choices. Here's a simple example. If you choose to meditate for just 5 minutes a day, within a few months your stress could reduce dramatically. If you save just 10 rupees a day, you could build a solid emergency fund in 1 year. These small decisions seem boring. They don't give instant results, but over time, their cumulative effect can create miracles. Now think, if from today you became the kind of person who takes small, smart decisions every day, like 1 year, where could you be in next chapter? We'll explore the real magic that holds everything together. Consistency. Let's understand it with patience and presence. There's one simple truth in the world of success that everyone knows, but very few people actually follow, and that is consistency. Darius Foroux says, consistency beats hard work, because hard work done once means little, but consistent effort, day after day, is unstoppable. Let's be honest. Consistency feels boring. Doing the same routine, the same simple tasks, over and over, it doesn't look glamorous. But this is where the real victory is built. Here's an example. A writer who writes just 1 page a day ends the year with 365 pages. That's an entire book. Consistency cements your habits. It rewires your mind and body. It slowly turns an average person into a champion. Now imagine, if you just pick one positive habit today and follow it consistently, what kind of person could you become in 1 year? Many people think that failure is the end, but the truth is, failure isn't the end, it's just a part of the journey. Failure doesn't stop your progress, your mindset does. Darius Foroux says, failing is learning. Without failure, there is no growth. We need to stop fearing failure and start embracing it. Take this example. If a businessman's first venture fails, he has 2 choices: cry about it or learn from it. The one who chooses to learn wins the next time. Failure is temporary. It only becomes permanent if you give up. Now imagine, if for 1 full year you kept learning from every setback, kept growing with every mistake, how strong, wise, and resilient could you become? Chapter 17. What is real freedom? This is the eye-opener. Until now, you may have believed that freedom means money, travel, or doing whatever you want. But real freedom is something deeper. Darius Foroux says, true freedom is freedom from yourself. Freedom is not about doing what you want. It's about being free from your laziness, free from your excuses, free from the old limiting beliefs that hold you back. Ask yourself, if you need to work, but your mind says, let's do it tomorrow, and you listen to it, are you truly free? No, you're a slave to your mind. Take another example. If someone is financially successful but loses their temper over small things, are they really free? No, they're trapped in emotional slavery. True freedom is when your mind listens to you, when you are no longer controlled by fear, distraction, or old habits. That is when you become truly free and truly powerful. This is the real journey. From chaos to clarity, from noise to focus, from fear to freedom. And this book wasn't just information. It was a call to wake up, to break your limits, to live intentionally, and to take back control of your life. Because the world doesn't need more distracted minds. It needs people like you. Clear, calm, focused, and free. When you learn to control your mind, your emotions, and your choices, you become unstoppable. Now imagine, if starting today you began mastering your mind, where could you be in just a few years? Let's go further. In the next chapter, we talk about the real strength of a growth mindset. The mindset that can completely... Chapter 18. Growth mindset changes your life. If you believe that who you are today is who you'll always be, you're closing the door on every possibility. But if you tell yourself, I can learn, I can grow, I can improve, that's when the doors begin to open. Darius Foroux says, those who grow, win. A growth mindset means seeing every failure as a step forward. It means finding opportunity in every difficulty. Here's an example. If a student struggles with math and says, I'm just bad at math, they've already stopped their own growth. But if that same student says, I can get better with practice, they start moving toward mastery. A growth mindset revolutionizes your thinking. Now imagine, if from today you saw every challenge as a chance to grow, how unstoppable could you become? Surround yourself with the right people. No one succeeds alone. Your environment shapes your mindset, your energy, and even your results. Darius Foroux says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So think about it. If you're surrounded by negative, small-minded people, what will your energy feel like? But if you're surrounded by positive, growth-minded action takers, how high could you fly? Let's say you spend time every day with a friend who's health conscious. Soon, you'll naturally start caring more about your own health too. So don't just spend time with people who are nearby. Choose the people who lift you up. Now imagine, if from today you surrounded yourself only with people who inspire you to grow, how fast could your success skyrocket in just 1 year? Now we arrive at the final chapter. This is where everything we've talked about comes together. The foundation of it all. The one thing that makes everything else possible. Focus. At the end of the day, everything comes down to one word. Focus. Darius Foroux says, focus isn't just about paying attention. It's about ignoring everything else. It's about hearing your own voice, even in the noise of the world. Here's an example. Imagine you're an archer. If you focus only on your target, it doesn't matter how strong the wind is, you won't miss. Focus is what separates the average from the extraordinary. It's what leads you from chaos to clarity, from distraction to direction. The focused person achieves what others only dream of. Now ask yourself, if from today you focused just a little better every day, where could you be in a few years? What version of yourself could you unlock? This was never just a book. It's a mirror, a path, a call to rise. You've now seen the tools: discipline, mindset, habits, deep work, energy, clarity. You've seen what's possible when you stop reacting to life and start living with intention. So, now it's your turn. Now that you've reached the final point of this journey, pause for a moment. Close your eyes and reflect. How much has changed? Your way of thinking, your priorities, your relationship with yourself. You've realized that true strength isn't found by conquering the outside world. It's found by mastering your mind, your energy, and your focus. You've seen how small, daily decisions can lead to massive success, how so-called boring habits can create miracles over time, and how your mindset can turn every failure into a fresh beginning. This wasn't just a book. This was a mirror that showed you your real potential. Now, the question is no longer, what can I do? The real question is, who am I choosing to become from this moment on? And that is the most powerful part of this journey, because now you know, no matter the distraction, no matter how hard the path may seem, if your focus is right, your destination is guaranteed. So make a small promise to yourself today, that from this day forward, you will become just a little better every day. You will focus only on what truly matters, and no matter how hard it gets, you will not give up. You will not just dream of winning, you will earn it. If this journey touched you in any way, if this audiobook brought even a small shift in your thinking, then take one small step in return. Subscribe to our channel. Let's grow, learn, and rise together, because your best chapter, it is yet to be written.